Hi, today I will show you how to create the even count peyote stitch. I will use blue and yellow, and as a stop bead I will use this purple bead. So I will go through the purple bead, through my stop bead, and I will leave about this much of my thread. I will go through the bead like this, so that this bead will stop the row of beads. This bead is only meant to tell me where the row of beads begins, and it is not part of my bracelet or ring or necklace that I want to create. So at the end this stop bead will be removed. And now let's start taking an even number of beads. I will alternate the yellow and the blue beads. Like this. So I have 6 beads, so an even number of beads, and I have added these beads to my row, and they have stopped in my stopper bead, in my purple bead. And now let's create the second row. I will take a yellow bead and I will jump the first yellow bead, and I will go through the second bead, through the blue bead. Like this. And now I created a sort of a triangle with these beads. Now I will take another yellow bead. I will jump over the next yellow bead and go through the next blue bead, like this. And again I will take another yellow bead and I will again jump over the next yellow bead and go through the last blue bead. This way. And now, as you can see, I have created this shape where I have an alternation of yellow and blue beads. Now I will go in the opposite direction and continue with the blue beads. I will take a blue bead and I will go through the yellow bead, like this. And now I have created a third row of blue beads. I will take another blue bead and I will go through the second yellow bead this way, and another blue bead, and I'll go through the last yellow bead. And now I have created the second row. This way. And now I will continue with yellow beads again. I will take another yellow bead and I'll go through the blue bead, this way. I have now begun to create the third row, like this. Now I take another yellow bead, go through the second blue bead, like this. And another yellow bead, and I go through the last blue bead. And as you can see, I have these parallel lines of beads that I have created, and if I continue now, I will add another row of blue beads and another row then of yellow beads, and the pattern will continue this way. And once I have reached the desired length of my bracelet or necklace or ring, whatever you want to create, then I can remove the purple bead, the stopper bead, and finish my jewelry item. So this is the even count peyote stitch, and as you can see, the rule is very simple. You have to alternate the blue and the yellow beads. Hello and welcome to this video. In this video I will show you how to create the flat herringbone stitch. I will use these yellow beads. So I will begin by taking 4 beads like this, and I will bring them here on my thread. I will leave this tail and now I will go again with the needle through my 4 beads. Until I create a circle of beads, like this. So I have 2 parallel beads, like this. You can, if you want, you can reinforce them, so go again through the beads so that they remain in place. They do not move. This way they are more secure and you can make sure that they will not move. Now I have these two beads. Now I will take another pair of two beads and I will go this way through my two last beads to create another set of two beads attached to the previous ones. Now I will go with my needle through these two beads this way. I'll take another two beads, 1 and 2, and I will go through these two beads and I have created another row of two beads. Now I will go this way and I created the fourth row. I will create another row of two beads by adding two more beads like this. And now I will go these two beads so that they remain in place. Now let's see how many rows of beads I have, of pairs of beads I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in this case we need to have an even number. So 2, 4, and here I have to add two more beads. So I will go through these two beads and create the last row of beads so that we have an even number. Now I will go through these two beads and I have created an even number of beads, of rows of beads. So I have 2, 4 and 6, like this. And now let's create the second row of beads. I will jump this one bead, the first bead, and go through the second bead like this, and I will bring the thread here. Now I will take another color. With the blue beads I will take two blue beads, and from this row on we shall have the so-called herringbone pattern, because these beads will have the shape of a V. So I put two beads on my needle and now I will go through the next bead, and now you will see that the herringbone pattern will appear like this. So as you can see, these beads form a V, and this V is what we call the herringbone pattern. Now I will go through the next bead like this, and I will take another pair of two beads, 1 and 2, these two beads, and I will go through the next bead here like this, and I have the next V of my herringbone pattern. Now I will go through the next bead like this, and I take 2 more beads and go through my last bead like this. And this is my last pair of beads that form this herringbone like this. So here begins the herringbone pattern. Now I will jump over the yellow bead and go through my blue bead like this, and I will turn the beads around. And now I can create the next row of beads. Now I will take another 2 beads, 1 and 2, and I will go through the next bead, and I have added 2 more beads that have the herringbone shape. Now I will go through the blue bead like this. Take 2 more blue beads, 1 and 2, and I will go through the next bead here. This way. Again I will go the blue bead, take 2 beads, 1 and 2, and go through the last bead. So as you can see, all these beads are V-shaped, so they create the herringbone pattern. And the next rows will be created in this direction, and they will have this herringbone shape, and in order to make them you have to follow the steps that I've shown you so far. So you jump over the blue bead, so as you can see the thread comes out here. You jump over this blue bead and you go through the next bead like this. You turn, because it's more comfortable to work in the same direction. You turn the beads around, and now again let's take this time yellow beads to alternate the yellow and the blue beads. I will take 1 and 2 yellow beads like this, and I will go again through the blue bead and create another V-shaped pattern of beads. And you will continue in this direction and then form another row of beads going in the opposite direction. So as you can see, the flat herringbone stitch It's a very simple technique that you can use in order to place the beads in a V shape that resembles the herringbones. Hi. In this video I will show you how to create the right angle weave stitch. I will use the blue beads here. I will take 4 beads, so these 4 beads, and I will create a circle with these 4 beads. So I will grab them like this, and I will go with the thread through all 4 beads. So like this. I go with the thread once more through these 4 beads. And now I'm going to pull on these beads, and as you can see it has formed this circle. To make sure that it doesn't open, I can go again through those beads to make another circle inside of those beads. And again pull on those threads. Like this. So I have created the first circle of 4 beads, and now to continue, let's go through this bead and then through this bead, and I have brought my thread in this point here. And now I will take another 3 beads, 1, 2 and 3 beads, to create another circle. So I'll go through this bead like this with the 3 beads, and I will pull on this thread like this, and I have created the second circle of beads. If you like, you can go again through the beads to reinforce your second circle of beads. To make sure that they don't open, so I will go again through these beads like this. Like this. Now I go again through this bead and through the second bead like this, and I will exit through the top bead again. So again I have my thread at the top bead here. And now let's do the same steps that I did before to create another circle of 4 beads. I will take 3 beads again, 1, 2 and 3, like this, and again I will go with these 3 beads through my top bead, and as you can see I have formed a third circle of beads. Let's reinforce them again. That means let's go again with the thread through all those beads. Sorry, they just jumped. I'll go through this bead, then through the bead at the bases here, then I'll go through the lateral bead here, and through this bead. And now we want to go in this direction to create one more line of beads, but this time on this side. So we won't continue to go in this direction. Now we want to go in this direction. So we have to exit through this bead. So I will go like this and exit through this bead. And now let's use the yellow beads. And I will take 3 beads, 1, 2 and 3, like this. So I have these 3 beads, and I will go through this top bead here with the 3 beads, and I have created a circle formed of made up of 3 yellow beads and 1 of the blue beads that belonged to my previous row. Now I will go back to reinforce these beads. So I will go again through these beads, through the yellow beads, to make sure that they stay in place. Like this. I'll go through this blue bead here. And now to create my second row of yellow beads, I will go through the next blue bead here, like this. And now, as you can see, I have 2 of my beads already here, so the blue bead and the yellow bead, so I have to only add 2 more yellow beads instead of 3. This time I will only add 2 more beads. So I will go through this yellow bead with my 2 beads, and as you can see, I have created another row of yellow beads. Let's reinforce it. So I will go through the blue bead, then through the yellow bead, like this, through the top yellow bead, through the lateral yellow bead, like this. Now through the blue bead here at the bases, and as you can see, I have formed another circle of beads, again 3 yellow and 1 blue. Now let's continue and go to the last blue bead here, like this. And again I will take 2 yellow beads, 1 and 2 yellow beads, and I will go back like this and go through my yellow bead here, and I have formed the last circle of yellow beads. Let's reinforce them. So I'll go through the blue bead like this, through the yellow bead, through this yellow bead again, through the last yellow bead, and again through the blue bead. And now if I want to continue making rows on this side, I must reach this point here. So take the needle out through the top bead. So let's continue through the yellow bead, and now I have reached the top bead here, the yellow bead. And now I can continue making the rows here. So as you can see, I have these small circles of beads created with the right angle weave stitch.